Hello, and welcome to the second video in our tutorial video series of the KnowItAll Ninja teacher interface. In this video, we'll look at how we can add students to our classes as well as manage those students. We'll also look at how we can add additional teachers so that those teachers can create their own classes and add their own students. To get started with, we're going to select class Y1A. In this class, you can see that there are already 3 students that have been added. If we want to add additional students, we can press the Add Students button. Here there are 2 main ways that you can add students. Firstly, we have the CSV file. Here you can upload a CSV spreadsheet file to add your students directly to your class quickly and easily when uploading an entire class. There is a demo CSV file so that you know the structure to use. You will need to enter an email address, first name, last name, and password. There is a maximum of 25 students that can be uploaded per CSV file. So if your class has more than 25 students, you'll need to split that over 2 separate CSV files. In addition to uploading a CSV file, another option is the student registration link, where you can send this to students and they will be able to join the class directly. Note, there is a different link for every single class, so if you have multiple classes, you'll need to share different links for each of your classes. You can either copy this or you can use the automatic share links such as you see at the bottom here. With our 3 existing users, there are a number of actions that we can perform to them. If we want to do any kind of editing with our student, we first need to check the tick box next to their name. Here at the top then, we have our actions drop down that becomes available. Within here you have 3 options: edit, remove, or reset. Edit students is fairly obvious. You can change their email address, their first name, their last name, and their password. If you select more than 1 student at the same time, the edit student option will just let you change the password. You have the option to remove the students. Removing the students doesn't delete them entirely from the KnowItAll Ninja system, though it will be deleted after a period of time during our normal cleanup processes. However, it will remove them from your membership, which will free up the space on the membership to be used by other students. Reset progress will delete their progress across the KnowItAll Ninja lessons, so all of their quiz progress, so that you could set them up to start from scratch essentially, and monitor their progress again from the beginning, such as maybe in the lead up to an exam. So that is really the actions that you have for managing your students. You can of course search your students. So if I search for user 2, that's very quick and responsive. And obviously if you have a large number of students, you can change the numbers that you're viewing. In terms of teachers, we do this within the Teachers tab. Teachers, you have certain options with. You can remove a teacher from a class if they, for example, leave the school, and you can perform editing actions on that teacher. You can also invite new teachers to the class as well. When you want to add a teacher to a class, you simply type in their email address and press the invite button. This will send a link to their email which they can click on. If they're already logged into KnowItAll Ninja, this will simply display a button for them to press and then they'll be added to your class. If they're not yet logged in, then it will take them initially to the login page, or they can go to the registration page and sign up. After they've either logged in or registered, the button will display again which they can click and join the class. You will need to invite teachers to each class that you want to add them to. Another important aspect of managing your students and teachers is by assigning the correct courses that you want them to access. From the Courses tab, you can see that this class has 3 available courses on the membership, and all 3 of those courses are assigned. By default, when a class is created, it is assigned all the courses available under the membership that class is within. However, if we want to restrict the students' access to not be able to access certain courses, such as at a later point in the year, then you can simply select the course and then press the left arrow to remove it. This is quite important for our all-inclusive membership, because that would mean that every single student by default will be assigned every single course on the website. So you'll want to make sure you remove whichever courses you don't want those students to access before they get started. I'm going to add this course back onto this class. A final aspect of managing our students and teachers is the Settings tab. Here we have a number of options. We can delete a class if we no longer require it. We can rename the class if we want to. We can disable the group leaderboard so that there is no leaderboard for students to take part in, or you can give the students the option to opt out of the leaderboard. And lastly, we have the restrict lesson access to tasks. This will block students from accessing any of the lessons on any of the courses unless they have specifically been set that lesson via our tasks feature. So this gives you total control over which lessons students have access and when they have access to them. And we'll look at the task feature in our next video. Thank you very much.